Well, I was going to play it. I'm not sure if I should.
Oh no!
Get him.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching another episode of Rebranders. I am your host. My name is Anthony Goodson. We're having a good time tonight. But that video that you just saw is Fort Worth native Charleston White. You know what? I want to talk a little bit more about him as the night goes on. But before we get into that, what's up, everybody? Kim, how you doing?
What's up? What's up? Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. See, that's what I love about this show, Kim, because when we do this show, most of the week is already done.
Yes.
Most of the hump day is already over. What's up, Ace? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, brother? Everybody else on the show, on the panel, to my left, to my right, or right and left, whatever.
I don't ever want to see you do that dance again. Okay.
You said hump day, bro.
Long as you ain't raising the roof, we good. We good.
Let's go to your right and your left, I guess. Yashika, how you doing this morning?
Hey, y'all. I'm good. How are y'all?
What's happening? What's happening?
What's up?
Another beautiful day in the neighborhood. Ladies and gentlemen, don't call it a comeback. He's been here for years. What's up, Eric?
Man, it's great being back, man. It's been a while, man. Miss y'all. Glad to be back, though.
Well, we're glad to have you back. Tonight we got a very interesting show. Hi, everybody. I am. So we just want to have a lot of good time, good conversation. Tonight we're just going to converse. We're just going to talk. And if y'all want to join in as an audience, be sure to join in.
I count that.
Did you catch that?
I count that.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So tonight we wanted to talk a little bit about just really some current affairs. One of them being Charleston White. For those of you who don't know who Charleston White is, I'm going to give you my take and I'll let everybody else give theirs. He's an individual, a black man, probably about 45, I guess. And he's from Fort Worth, Texas. And this individual has been doing a lot of stuff under the radar for many, many years. I truly believe he's a passionate individual. Charleston White has actually made some innovative changes, some changes with government and all that stuff. And he has done it, but I don't think he was heard loud enough. And I don't know if he was even trying to make a name for himself or what. But at the end of the day, what he decided to do was go ahead and make a loud voice for himself. So he started cussing and calling people stuff and being very harsh and going all on these different networks. And now he's a small-time celebrity. But here's the problem. I can see him as somewhat of a leader. For those of you who don't know him, go to YouTube. He's all over YouTube and everywhere else. I personally can see him as a leader. However, here we are in 2023. I look at Martin Luther King. I look at Malcolm X. We look at even some of the cats like Jesse Jackson and some of the people in between. He is not the same as these guys. Number one, he does a lot of cussing. He's brutally honest. He's gonna hurt your feelings, but everything that he says is either true or his truth. So, what do y'all think about Charles?
I don't think he backs down. I don't think he backs down from anything that he says. That's what I do like about him. He stands behind whatever statement that he makes. So, I really envy that about him, that he can speak exactly how he feels on a certain any subject that comes about, that he even thinks about, whether anybody likes it or not. This is what he said, and that's how he feels, and that's it.
You know, the cool part about it, Kim, is he has a lot of research behind what he says.
He does.
It's not like he just makes an opinion. He makes an opinion with some backed up information.
That's true.
If anybody know that, Yashika does, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh boy.
I want to dive deep into that.
It's good. You want to. Yeah. I think what I like about him is he kind of says what everybody else want to say, but don't say. Kind of says what people are thinking. He just makes it, like you said, brutally honest. I like Charleston White.
Wow. You know what I think makes him so brutally honest is the fact that black people, you know what black people, what tripped me out about them? Oh, before we start, y'all be sure to share this show. Everybody share.
Everybody share this page.
Share the show tonight, by the way. Let me go ahead and do that too. One of the things that make Charleston White so honest is the fact that, you know, he's talking about black people. Black people don't like to be talked about, especially within their own people or anybody else. We feel like all of our iniquities and all the wrongdoing that we do should kind of go under the radar. But he's saying, let's make this country better, but most importantly, let's make our community better. And he says it in a way that frustrates us because now we feel like we've been attacked. But what's messed up is when you're being attacked because of the truth, what you're actually doing, maybe you should just fix the truth. Mm-hmm. Eric? Mm-hmm.
Well, I think so I've actually seen him in public before, and I see how he interact with people just in general. He's pretty low key for the most part. If you just pay attention to what he does when he's just kind of out, and he has about 2 or 3 people around him, and that's it. He's real low key. So obviously, in my opinion, anyway, I think everything he does is an act. I mean, in regards to how he's coming across to people, but again, like everybody's saying, he doesn't back down, and you gotta be like envious of that at all costs, right? So I think that. And I'm gonna say this: Cam Newton, he had an interview with Cam Newton a while back. You guys get a chance to check that out. Audience members, anybody else, check the whole Cam Newton interview out. He got some points that probably need to be cut out, but there's some good conversation in there too. But and Cam goes talking about his approach and how he presents himself, and he comes back with a great answer, in my opinion. However, you can't catch everything. You can't catch all fish with the same bait, right? So you got to be careful with who you're trying to reach. If you're trying to reach certain people, you got to change your presentation up sometimes too. So I would say that about him. I do like him. But I do think he has to kind of tiptoe the line in some areas, depending on who you're trying to reach. You're trying to reach us, and you're trying to reach hip hop culture. He's done that. And like you're saying, he's offending a lot of people, but are people hearing him? That's the question, though.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Ace?
Oh, I'm a big fan. I like everything you do. I think you're funny as all outside.
I mean, he is a comedian, right?
Well, he's starting to, be a comedian, community activist or whatever he needs to be. But yeah, I like his approach, stuff like that, because like you were saying, people weren't paying no attention to him at first, but now that he does the way he does, now all of a sudden people pay attention to him and things like that. But man, every time he talks, he hits on point, and
it is.
I think.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
A lot of people, I'm just saying, a lot of people don't like to see themselves. A lot of people can't handle constructive criticism and things like that. So everybody hate him. Like, you got people who can't stand the man. Like, they don't know him. He don't know them. It's like, so you can't stand a person for talking about another person. Like, that rapper, you don't know him. Like, that ain't your brother, your cousin, somebody,
Great interview, says Andre Goodson. What's up, cuz?
Indeed.
You saying something?
I was just saying that he's honest, and sometimes the truth hurts, right? And sometimes it does. And to me, he's brutally honest, but don't shoot the messenger. A lot of what he's saying is true.
That's what he says.
The truth hurt when Bill Cosby said, "Pull your pants up." I don't know what didn't hurt. I guess when Martin Luther King was having dreams. But Malcolm X said, "By any means necessary." And of course, now Malcolm X was against white folks. Martin Luther King was begging white folks. When you do that stuff, black people are okay with it. But whenever you start saying, "Black people, let's see what you're doing," then what's funny is, like, this show started off capital REBRANDUS. And me and Eric started it. And at that time, we were trying to rebrand us as black people. We're going to go into the communities. And this is an organization, not just a podcast. So we were going to start doing all this stuff. But just we know that it would have never worked. It works a whole lot better with lowercase r, capital US, when we rebrand the United States. Because I just don't feel like people can actually be, I hate to say ridiculed, but people can't be corrected or whatever the case may be once they have some wrongdoing. So when I see Charleston White, of course, when you hit somebody in the head like this video shows with a potted plant, and he's provoking this stuff. Eric, you and I talked about this earlier. That's the unfortunate part about Charleston White. He's provoking this right now. He wants this guy to come up. This goes viral. All of this stuff happens, but it absolutely does nothing for the cause in which Charleston White stands for. Let's go to the comments. Somebody says
he's being a comedian here.
He holds a lot of people accountable. Very necessary. I 100% agree with that, Andre. Cause anyway, what were you saying, Aiden?
Oh, I'm saying, well, this is a comedy show. It's not a cause. He's on stage to be funny and tell jokes. So like what he did here, it doesn't affect the cause because he wasn't trying to be that. Plus, these dudes were heckling him from the crowd.
Well, it does affect the cause, though. I mean,
It does.
Well, he is who he is. So it's not like we shocked, like, oh my God, look what he's doing. So like that's Charleston. Like does this fight surprise anybody?
Yeah, it does. Because see, for an individual like me, I listen to Charleston White. For those of you who don't know him, again, go to YouTube and find out more information. But for an individual like me, I'm 46 years old. Oh, I'm assuming I'm his age or older or whatever. I listen to him. He has a lot of stuff that makes me think, especially when it comes to rap music. He's harsh, so this don't surprise me necessarily, but it kind of takes away a little bit of his dynamic. Like I can now listen to him more so for entertainment than for information. You know, right. The information is still good. Don't get me wrong, but I don't take him as serious anymore. And so he got to understand his value there. And once he starts fighting people on stage in a public situation, hey, listen, situation happened. The people there, they understood what was going on. He should have just walked away.
Mm-hmm. Well, my thing is like, you know, I'm completely opposite, Anthony. Like whenever I first started listening to him, I just thought that he was doing things for entertainment purposes only, you know. Gimmick. So I would look at him a little bit, you know, and then sometimes he would come up on my for you page, and I would just keep scrolling because I just didn't want to hear it, you know. Just sometimes it just came off a little too harsh, you know. And I'm not saying that what he was saying wasn't true, but it's also the delivery. So I did watch an interview on what the analysis of this fight. And so before he was on stage doing a comedy set, and he was poking and prodding and picking, you know, basically with the audience. And so he decided to pop somebody with a poinsettia. I just had to put that out there, you know. but the thing is, he said that he felt like he knew that the guy in the audience was not for real. Okay, he knew it was all fake. It was all for a show. He said, but when he jolted at him, that's when he popped in with the poinsettia. So, and it just became real at that point, you know. At that point,
Kirby said never heard of. Kirby said never heard of and might look into this fella. So Kim, was it actually a poinsettia, Kim?
It was a poinsettia. You know, that's the international Christmas flower.
They got popped with the poinsettia.
I think part of it, the issue with this particular place is he did it in a place called Crockett, Texas,
right?
Where it's like country / hood, right? So you have to know the place that you're presenting your jokes at. You probably could do some of that stuff maybe in Dallas, some areas of Dallas, some areas of Fort Worth, but I'm sure looking at the place in front of the video, they probably had some alcohol going on in there, some illicit things happening behind the scenes, things like that. So people probably not in their right minds on top of everything that's going on. You have to know your place. You have to know your presentation. So I think they added up to it.
Well, Eric, he knew the place already because this was a trail riding event. Now, if anybody knows what a trail riding event is, it's where people meet up, they have horses, they drink, you know, and all that. But that's not what it's all about. Trail riding used to be something totally different. Mm-hmm. And then since COVID, you know, people have taken the opportunity for trail riding just to party. And that's not what it's all about. It's about coming and, you know, together and all for one likely cause because we're all interested in horses, you know, and camping out and having a good time, you know, good honest time. So he knew the environment that he was entering. You know, he always pushes the envelope. That's just what it is.
What Kirby say?
That dude funny to me. Kirby said Crockett where all the penitentiaries at.
All the TDCL facility. He might
a
couple of people might have to
TDCL.
TDCL. Is that penitentiary or is that some kind of a
That's Texas
Department of
Correctional.
Yes, sir.
Correctional. Okay.
I don't want to know what it means.
What the L stands for?
I don't know what the L means either, but
I don't know.
We know what it means. We know what he meant for sure, though.
We know they got on white. We know they got on white.
CDCJ. Okay.
Okay. I knew what you meant. They just couldn't catch on. Yeah.
He said autocorrect. So, well, anyway, I'm still a fan of Charleston White. I believe that there's a necessary. It's but then again, I'm gonna contradict myself. You might want to be more of a fan of his character now. I mean, you never know what he's gonna do. If Martin Luther King would have hit somebody in the head with a plate, I don't know if we would have been following him the same. But
he should.
It was 1968 also.
Hey, and so I mean, the one time he's famous for the one time that he got mad and punched the guy in the chest. But it was the wrong guy, but he still punched the guy in the chest and apologized for it later on.
Well, do you get any points for being a peaceful protester? Now, I'm going hard on the P's tonight.
Well, here's the problem. Here's the problem. Adrian just made a horrible joke about coming to America, and it went over everybody's head.
My joke got to be horrible. I tell you about the time Martin Luther King. I tell you enough time. Oh, hold on, I forgot.
I was gonna say Martin Luther King didn't punch nobody.
You're looking confused, and Kim didn't know what I'm talking about. We got to snatch their black card for a second. I'm coming to America.
Like I said about Charleston, it's the delivery, and the delivery was not right.
It's always the delivery.
You still wouldn't have knew what I was talking about.
I would have.
Oops, I thought it was somebody else. Okay.
The guy in the barbershop said he came around the corner and Martin Luther King punched him in the chest. And he was like, Dr. King. Dr. King said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were somebody else."
So, hey, Anthony, I will say this though, as regards to like you said, like Martin Luther King, do you think the audience received the same type of leader now as opposed to what they did back then, right? So do you think we would receive somebody like Martin Luther King now versus somebody like a Charleston White or his persona?
I say yeah. I say with the character that Martin Luther King had, I say yes. With the character I mean, because it's the delivery, like we said. With the character of Martin Luther King, he dresses up in suits. If his life is great, if his life is, leads, what he says, then, we can understand him a whole lot more. We can, he's a very eloquent individual. His passion, his love, his leadership, all that stuff leads the way, not just his own selfish self. I say we can 100% receive somebody like a Martin Luther King.
I think you're speaking for like a small portion of society, and to just today's world this world we're living in right now, I think they wouldn't listen to him, even though he's coming with a righteous message and stuff like that. That's not what they're looking for. That's not what they want, and that's a sad situation. You got to think of who we being led by right now, and what's going on right now, who they follow,
Well, I see, but here's the thing. Look at Deion Sanders and what Deion Sanders has done for this country. If Deion Sanders kept winning, Deion Sanders will he would still be leading. Deion Sanders is a great example, and he's not even really saying anything. Not to us, he's not. It may be to the players, and he was winning. When he was winning, everything was great. Just imagine if you add words to that win. I believe we could. I think the problem is we have to see that. We have to understand that love is what they're leading with. Because we look at Al Sharpton, for example. I think most people feel like money is what leads Al Sharpton, or maybe fame or popularity, but they don't think that it's love for the people. So if you find somebody who's genuine about what it is they're doing, and we can see the genuineness, if that's a word, then I think for that we can follow. I think Charleston White could be someone we could follow. The problem with Charleston White is he's just too outlandish. He just says
he's still hood. He's
extremely hood.
He's a live wire. I like that. He's a live wire.
Let's go to the comments. Someone says, due to voting numbers, more important than integrity. Kirby Morton. I'm not sure what he's
I think we were talking about I think will Martin Luther King be accepted and stuff like that.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah.
I mean, we're willing to even follow Bill Cosby, and he, look what he was doing. So if we can
don't mind the fizzle. Listen to the message.
But you know what, Kim? The thing with Bill Cosby is we wasn't following the day of Bill Cosby or the moment that Bill Cosby spoke. We were following 40 or 50 years of his history. The show and Fat Albert and all his history. Right. It's just like the Lifetime Achievement.
Yeah, exactly. He personified that. Yes.
R. Kelly still gets a pass.
He get a porta potty and 3 hots in the cot.
Man, you can say what you want to say. He's still the king of R&B.
Oh yeah, no, not taking nothing away from him at all.
If he gets out and has a concert, I will be there.
And I wouldn't fault you because he got great music. You're not going to support him and peeing on some 50-year-old. You're going to hear him sing his song.
Speaking of
people have to say
right. But at the end of the day, he's sick. He's a sick individual still. But you can't You can't deny his accolades, though.
Oh yeah, can't take anything away. Like I said, yeah, it's you got to be able to separate it. You know, it's just like people say that, but then they'll still watch.
Anthony wants us to move on. He don't put teaching the kids.
Hey, we talking about R. Kelly right now.
Did you see Bill Cosby's Last Victim?
That's a new.
Do yourself a favor.
Oh man. Okay.
It's a documentary.
No, don't worry about it. She gonna do it.
Okay.
Look at the picture. Somebody pull up Bill Cosby's Last Victim so we can see. All right. So teaching. Speaking of kids and R. Kelly, somebody was talking about fighting earlier, right? So I won't bring up any videos simply because they have children in it and it's violence. I won't bring those up, even though I just brought up Charleston White fighting. But lately, y'all, in 2023, I have seen a whole lot of videos of kids fighting school teachers. These teachers are getting upset. In fact, we had one right here in Rowlett, Texas, the same school that my daughter went to. Kids are provoking these teachers, and these teachers just hadn't. They've had enough, and they are fighting back now, popping these kids upside the head. Have y'all seen any of these videos? And tell me what y'all think.
Oh yeah.
What?
Him and seen?
Wait a minute. I'm oblivious. I'm sorry.
I ain't taking no. That's why I couldn't go into the classroom, and I respect our teaching. I think $1 million because I can't. I can take the cussing and talking noise, and hey, look her, gone, and I would call security. But the minute you buck up, I can't take that L. I'm finna knock your ass out. That's just point blank. Now everybody gonna have to be like, "Oh, Mr. Stentz did it." Yeah, nah, we ain't taking that L. I promise you that. Don't run up on them. Stay in your place, please. And I'm an equal opportunity, so I know they're saying you shouldn't hit a child, and that's why I'd invite you. Tell your father what happened, so he can come up, so you won't think I'm a punk. Cause I whoop your dad ass same way I whoop yours. Then you say, "Okay, he real."
Thank you.
No, I'm just saying. That's man, I couldn't teach you. I just got a lot of respect.
Fight from Allen High School.
My daughter shows videos of fights from Allen High School daily.
Who is that?
Fight Club.
Daily.
So Kim, there's a video out right now. I'm not sure where this is at, but it's a teacher. He asked the young lady to put up her phone a couple times, right? And she said no several times back to him. And she's got a lot of pajamas on, something like this. Already like, oh, this might be some issue here. So anyway, so he got in her face. Probably shouldn't have done that. But in the meanwhile, while he was in her face, she slapped him. So he stood back for a second. He like, I guess he's thinking to himself, I can't believe she slapped me. So he talked for a minute. And before too long, he kept the conversation going, give her a chance to apologize. She didn't apologize. She slapped him back. I mean, he slapped her back, rather. And knocked out her desk. So that's what's kind of happening right now. It's this the respect thing, I think, that's always been in the classroom. There's respect things always been in the classroom, right? There's always be some kids that are gonna buck up to the teacher. There's always been that. Then some kids just don't do well in school, right?
Right.
But it's got to a level where it's the teacher's like, I can't take this anymore, which is why a lot of teachers are leaving the classroom, right? So that's kind of the example of that's happening right now.
Man, I haven't seen it.
The latest story I saw, they showed it as the student went to the front. First of all, it looked like maybe a Mexican student or something like that, or Filipino or something. He wasn't black. But anyway, he's saying the N-word over and over and over. Now, he was saying it, of course, in more of a friendly type, friendship type way, but he was angry with the teacher. And the teacher is who he was saying it towards, who was black. But he wasn't saying it in a derogatory kind of a racial type of way. Let me just go ahead and say that. Nevertheless, the kid was extremely angry. He was saying everything under the sun to this teacher. He was provoking the teacher. He was trying to get the teacher. He had a backpack on, by the way. Now, Eric and I, we watched it today. He said he's seen it before. But the teacher didn't look like he was going to defend himself.
All right.
Nevertheless, the kid said one word too many before that teacher decided to get violently upset and just really kind of put them hands on that kid. But like I say, and then of course we saw this whole situation in Rowlett where the teacher was throwing desks everywhere and he yelling at the class. I don't think he touched a student, but that's what these teachers are getting these days. How do we avoid that? What's going on? And is this new? I guess that's the biggest question. Is this new? Why y'all think about that? Let's go to the comments. Somebody said LOL. I'm not really sure if this is a laughing moment. So maybe it was somewhere before earlier.
It's really sad that it's getting to the point to where, teachers are having to step back and figure out what they need to do next.
Yeah.
So Deborah said she slapped her to the floor. Kirby says We locked a substitute teacher up in the bathroom once. Still funny. You know, those.
And that's funny.
Let's see. Yeah, Kirby, you needed your ass whooped.
God damn.
But I'd rather that kind of behavior than what we got going on now. You know,
I would have been hot as fish grease.
Threats of violence. You know, they booking up stuff. Yeah, it's getting ridiculous.
I think it's new. I think it's these new. I call them these new kids. That's what I call them. You know, the things that they do say, the social media, everything. They see it on social media where they see that girl with the cell phone, the black girl. I remember seeing that one with the teacher. They see them doing that, and they kind of go to school and copy that. You know, they all copycatters. Oh yeah. So to me, I think it is new. I don't remember being in school ever fighting a teacher, seeing anybody fight a teacher or be that disrespectful to an adult.
No.
You know, so yeah.
I saw some teacher-student fights, but it's still.
Believe it or not, Anthony was, but we're not going into that.
Oh.
They need some home training. She ain't even joking. That's the bad boy. She's pushing buttons. Help! Then you gotta do all that. Do all that.
Oh wow.
And,
we had repercussions. We knew that there were repercussions.
That's the point.
Number one, there were repercussions at school and baby at home.
Ooh, worse at home.
And I was far more worried about what went on at home. So I just kept it copacetic at school, so no bad reports would make it to the house.
Right.
And that's the point. The support ain't coming from home. Now, like the situation that we described in the video describing, the parent is saying they supporting the child. I can't believe you hit my child now. And it's kind of hard because you hit your child, but like, did you see the 15 seconds before this happened?
Yeah.
You know what
Tony Goodson says the new kids need a beat down.
Oh yeah,
that's right, Tony. That's right.
Yeah. And look, fights have gone all the way back to the day of Cain and Abel. So I don't think that's anything new. And I'm sure it happened in whatever school Jesus went to. But I think today, once you see the disrespect behind it, getting angry. I remember when we were kids. Kim, I don't remember if you remember that one boy. I forgot his name. He didn't stay in Sulphur Springs very long. But anyway, he threw a desk at a teacher. And we thought that was the most amazing. Like, whoa, this boy is crazy.
And he connected.
And then when Columbine came in, 99 or so, that was unheard of. Now, don't get me wrong. I know in the University of Texas that happened in the 60s, and it happened time and time before. But in Columbine, there was a mass shooting, and it was just like, well, wait a minute, how did they get past the fights? How did they get past doing this and doing that? They went straight to killing multiple people. So here we are now, where it's just the norm to see kids fighting students. We've already passed it. I don't know how many kids got killed in 2023 at the school, but I know now we said a lot of students fighting kids in 2023. So what is it? What are we coming to when the educational institutions have to deal with this? You know,
it's gonna be messed up because we're gonna have a real shortage, and a lot of the teachers are there because they care. And as soon as it just gets to the point where they realize that right now, I'm not saying they don't, but right now the system is not caring for them because the system is not taking care of them. The system is not supporting them and things like that. We're about to have a shortage.
You done turned on the music on you.
Hey, look here. Don't make me have to change my delivery like Charleston.
Ain't no poinsettias up there either.
Oh, you're right. I ain't got no poinsettias.
Y'all remember that boy in that grocery store and that gas station beat that dude up with that can of soda? Tell him come on with that poinsettia.
Yeah. The twisted tea.
It was good.
Yeah, that was good. What?
Yeah, man. Well, look, y'all, we got a whole lot more to talk about today. We're going to talk a little bit. Let me see what kind of subjects we have coming up. Chivalry. I'm a little bit still. Chivalry is the day. All right, Ricky Williams, former NFL star Ricky Williams changed his last name. We'll talk a little bit more about that in just a little bit. If y'all have anything y'all want to talk about, be sure to let me know. But until then,
want to bring that curb appeal back to your home or business? Let us help you. Call Ace Power Washing at 469-337-4080 or email us at powerwashingace3@gmail.com. Whether it's sidewalks, driveways, house or building washing, we'll take care of you. Call or email today for your free quote. We'll see you soon.
it's diluted up to this time. Knowing what it means is a great thing, but that person is still insulting you with the nomenclature of being called a nigger.
Hey, now you just know big boy. You got to come down on my level now. Kid.
Nomenclature. Okay, wait a minute. Before we get started, I did look up Bill Cosby's latest stuff.
What?
And this is what popped up.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, what is she complaining about? She could have whooped him with that jawline, that strong jawline she got.
She shows like she can take one.
I mean,
You know
okay.
what? She could be a suspect. She could kill Apollo Creed.
Who is that?
Oh man, y'all never mind. It was a rock.
Andre Goodson said, "I hit you with the wrap it up box." Like at the Oscars. This is exactly why every person should vote on principle and substance over party.
Absolutely.
Love it, Kirby.
Boom.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The thing about it is, if we talking about the kids, it don't even matter no more. It's on both sides. I don't care which homes kids come from. It's crazy. Regarding the hood, the suburbs, the elite.
Who said this?
That's
Yeah, that's it. Kirby, we're gonna talk about that in a little bit. Yeah, that's something I saw. We definitely gonna have to touch on that.
Or
we doing it now?
NFL star Ricky. Yeah, we talking about it now. I'll let you lead the way. Go ahead, Ace.
Nah, I didn't say I want to lead away, but nothing. He changed his name. So
Go ahead.
how do y'all feel about this? So Ricky Williams, he took his wife's last name so that he can promote relationship balance. And how do y'all feel about that?
I got 2 words.
What's the big word?
Is it appropriate first for kids?
Sell out.
Okay.
Come on, give us 2 more words. Yeah.
Punk.
No, I'm gonna keep it.
I got to.
Yeah.
I was thinking about.
Yeah, like our viewers know.
He always have been strange. That dude. He always he just kind of dude. Seem like he always barefooted. I don't know how to explain it. It just he just strange. But he took. They took the picture and everything. Let me see if I can find the picture. But he just strange, man. I think that was. And thing about it is he's not doing it for publicity. Like it's not like he's not wanting people trying to get attention and stuff like that. No, not Ricky Williams. He's strictly just trying to like.
Then why he announced it?
Yeah, why would you feel like he's not doing it for publicity?
Could have just been Ricky whatever and not announced it.
Nobody would ever know.
No, of course he's doing it
because he'll always be Ricky Williams to us.
I saw it on Lil Duval's page. Hold on.
Kirby Morton said, Ricky, I tossed millions of potential dollars in the toilet Williams. He changed his middle name, didn't he? Andre, my cousin Goodson said he did put on that wedding dress for Sports Illustrated. That is true. That's so true. You know what? This is how I feel about it. First of all, at the end of the day, a man needs to be a man. Man needs to be a man. Me and Eric was talking about this earlier. I believe in some level of tradition. In Japan, they have all kinds of traditions. In Russia and Asian countries, tradition. That's one thing that the United States ran away from. Is traditions of the British or whatever you want to, but we don't have a whole lot here. But the one tradition we need to keep is for a man to be a man. Simple as that. And our tradition is I get married, I'm the man, you take my last name, the kids take my last name. Ancestry.com knows how to find my lineage and we move on from there. It's simple as that. Nobody's complaining about that yet. Nobody's complaining about that. But all of a sudden now you got some idiot, which Ricky is not the most, even though he played pro football, he's not the most masculine individual out there, if y'all know anything about it.
Yeah. He the kind, he seems like if they have kids, he gonna do the breastfeeding.
He can do better than what he doing. For sure.
Well, now, let me ask y'all this. So, all right, let's say your last name is, okay, let's take mine. I know it's going to be funny when I end it, but I'm going to say it anyway. So my mother's last name was Williams before she got married. My dad's last name is Goodson, as y'all know. What if you take half of his last name, and half of her last name and create one family, your own family? Would that be okay? So my name would be Goodwill. Anthony Goodwill. Half my dad's, half my mom. Would you do that and create your own?
How about you drink some more of that water? How about that? Drink some more of that water.
Yeah.
Well, and the reason why I'm asking is
What you
because I
say?
actually,
Drink some more water.
Yeah, man.
or drink some water, or you no more. Anyway, but I had a friend of mine who
Don't mess
actually
with them
heard her
fools, let
husband
them
talking
water.
about doing that.
Why? Like I don't know. That's kind of crazy to me. It's like, why? Like, what's the again? I mean, I could see if he just say, hey, you can keep yours, because you want to keep your family name, whatever. Like that. I don't agree with it. But I can see that. But him taking hers, that's like,
Why don't he just hyphenate it or something?
I just went and looked at it, and I like Little Duval's what he said. I'm gonna read it.
Simp of the year.
He said, and the Simp of the Year award goes to.
I saw that. Yes.
See, my issue with the whole
Yes.
situation is, well, one issue I have with this whole topic is the fact he said he's doing it for balance in relationship. There's so much you got to work on to create balance in relationship. A name ain't gonna do that in the first place.
You better
There's so
preach.
many things a man got to do in a relationship. There's so many things a woman got to do in a relationship, and it may go back and forth, and it's going to do all this back and forth all the time. That's how you create balance. A name is not going to do
He
that.
done went through all this, changed his name. He could have just did a load of laundry. He could have summed all that up. What are you talking about doing?
I mean, like, how does his, men? It's designed for men to carry on, their family name,
Right.
their lineage, to continue on with their lineage. I mean, so how does he expect his kids to carry on his name and his family lineage? I mean, I don't understand.
Carry on, mommy.
Andre Goodson said he just subconsciously put his testicles in her purse.
Man, that is quite accurate.
That's good.
He also
Don't be
said,
sorry.
I'm gonna say what I want to say, and I'll apologize later. That's what I'm
That
sorry.
is quite accurate. He shook him before he handed him over, too. He didn't just hand him over. He like, here you go.
Not the dice.
Yeah. He clinked them a little bit before he handed them over. Yeah, that's accurate right there. That's crazy. And so now with him, you have to wonder: is it drugs, or is that just really how he feels?
But now he's gonna allow her. What about his black heritage?
He gave it up. He put it in the post.
Is that out the window at this point?
Mm-hmm. It is.
Well, not really. What's her last name?
If I were his family, I'd be pissed.
Her last name might be Jenkins or something. I don't know what her last name is.
And their baby name ain't Roscoe, so I don't want to hear that. I'm just saying.
Kim, you on it tonight, loving it.
I'm just saying.
They should have had you on stage instead of Charleston White.
No.
I don't know. I probably would have pitched a poinsettia too.
He would grab that poinsettia with two hands, came down with it.
No, I think it's a disrespect to your family. I think it's a disrespect to your manhood. I think it's crazy. I mean, first of all, why would that woman even want to accept him into her family? It's like that. That's almost similar to a woman proposing to a man. It's like, man, come on, pick him up and put him back in. Go back walking. Put your underwear back on. Put your pants on. Put a hat back on and go walk. Be a man. He lost all manhood once he did that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they walking out of somewhere and he holding a bouquet of roses and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, nah.
All right, y'all. So chivalry. There's a lot of men out there opening windows. I heard this woman say one time she hated when a man opens the door for her because she feels like all he's doing is opening the door to watch her walk by and look at her butt.
Hey, don't worry about what come along with it. Just worry about the door was open. Hey,
she needs to heal.
She does.
That's what she needs to do. She needs to heal.
Chivalry. Is chivalry dead? And does chivalry look the same today as it did 20 years ago or 50 years ago?
Nah, it don't look the same. It's not dead, but it don't look the same. It's unpopular, but it ain't dead.
I don't think it's unpopular. I think we still. I just don't. I think it just looks different. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. I think disrespect is more popular, but I think chivalry is not necessarily unpopular. I think we still open doors. Men still generally pay for the dinner. I think that we still put women first to a certain degree. Now, you may have a little bit more cowards today So if they start shooting, you got dudes who might hide behind some woman. And I don't know if that's chivalry or not, but and, if I'm walking down the street, I think generally men know that the woman has to be on the inside and he on the outside.
Right. Oh, I hate
think,
seeing that. Yeah. Oh man.
And, when I go to the gas station, for the most part, I always see I see the man pumping the gas. So I think I see chivalry around the clock, but does it look the same? I think that's the bigger question.
Is it accepted more from the person who is going out to as well, like these days? And ladies, I mean, do y'all see as far as these days being more accepted, or it's like, no, I don't need that? What y'all think?
Do I see it being accepted or what?
So how we talking about the chivalry, like these days, is it still accepted, or is it something they like, well, no, we can do without?
Go ahead, Ken.
Why wouldn't a real woman accept that?
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying, what do you see? We're talking about the full generation.
And let's go back to what you just said, Ace, because you said something about don't worry about what's going on after you go through the door or whatever, but you're the same person that say you don't like fake butts.
I hate them.
So
yeah.
So that's what men look at. Y'all looking at tails. So don't get mad when a woman try to enhance theirs just to get some attention.
I'm looking at the cash muscles.
I'm just saying. Now back to the lecture at hand. Why wouldn't a real woman accept chivalry?
And the war goes to Kim.
I'm gonna let a man be a man. If a man knows how to be a man, I'm gonna let a man be a man.
And I'm not talking about coming from y'all point of view based on y'all. I'm saying, what do you see as a whole? Because I can only tell you from my point of view. It's just like we three married men on here, right? And we all believe in chivalry. I know for a fact we all believe in chivalry, right? But as a whole, from the man standpoint, I see a bunch of not so chivalrously dudes, if that's a nomenclature I can put out.
It's some married men that are not chivalrous, as you say. It's some married men that's like that. Some married men are punks.
That's a lot of them.
Don't want to step up and lead and be a man.
I think Norbert or something.
Oh my God. So
hey, look, let's go to the comment, Eric, real quick. If the eye open the door for some ladies, they don't even say thank you. That's Dwayne. What's up, Dwayne? Go ahead. And then he says, I still like it.
Because that's what you're supposed to be doing.
I'm older than you young women. Let a man be a man, says, who was that, Deborah Goodson?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Eric, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Exactly. You're good. No, I saw this story on Instagram, right? So there was this young lady. She's probably in the late 20s, right? And she said that she went on a date. And this is kind of where I guess age coming from the deeper generation. Is that she went on a date, young man opened doors for her, brought some flowers, all this good stuff right here. And she got on the phone and texted her homegirls like, weird. And then did you text later on like, you know what? We say we want all this stuff, but we really don't want it. She thought it was corny when it's all said and done. So, and again, this is probably just a small percentage of the population, but it is part of the population that do kind of like chivalry, or people, guys trying to be chivalrous and guys trying to be gentlemen can be corny.
Yeah. And that's what I was asking.
Sometimes women like toxic. Sometimes men like toxic.
Exactly.
Talking about, right? So toxic is not necessarily chivalrous or gentleman like, but that's what people like because it's dangerous. It's exciting. You know what I mean? So of course, somebody bringing flowers and opening your door ain't necessarily gonna be exciting or dangerous. They're just trying to be a gentleman. But I mean, kind of boring and corny. Nobody want boring and corny a lot of times. So.
Dwayne, I'm gonna come back to your comment real quick. Eric, good point, by the way. He says,
Yashika, we can't hear you, Yashika.
I think it was Yashika. All right, I'm gonna come back to we'll let Yashika talk. I think she's muted herself. It says here, Dwayne says, I open the door for some ladies, they don't even say thank you. They don't say thank you. I wonder if that changes the game on how chivalrous we are as men.
Because someone doesn't say thank you, are you going to stop doing it? Now, I agree. I feel like a woman should say thank you. But just because if she forgets or something like that, if y'all are on your 15th date and maybe she forgets and y'all are just talking and she doesn't say thank you, then you're going to stop doing it from then on. I mean, people are not robots. They're human, so just like some women, they might like it. I love that. It kind of shows me that you're paying attention and that you're willing to cater to me in some shape, form, or fashion, and make me feel secure at the same time. So, and some women may not like it. It just depends on what generation you are from, what type of men you are used to dealing with, and all of that. It's a lot of different factors that go into how you perceive chivalry.
Let's go to the comments real quick. I'm not real sure what Eric is laughing at. All right, it says my parents made me
text it to my face, Ace.
I ain't did nothing.
My parents made me take classes in this stuff when I was in middle school. Who was that?
I remember that's Kirby. I remember those kind of classes.
Obviously, he says wasted.
He laughing at Kirby's comment.
I start saying you're welcome if they don't say thank you, but I'm an old angry white dude. That must be Kirby also. And then why did God give women hands and legs? That's a good one. And finally, just randomly, married 23 years and wife still says thank you.
So this is the thing about the holding doors for me. Is like I actually for a while I got mad but I still did it right. I just learned for myself. Like, I'm not going to stop doing it because somebody's not grateful. I'm not doing it for to get that thank you for myself anymore. I just do it because it's what I'm supposed to do. So it took a while for me to get that through my head though, because I was doing it initially like you should say thank you every time, but that's not going to happen every time though.
Yeah, and it's the mind state too. I believe in chivalry. I put it out there because for the simple fact that I have a wife and daughters, and I want somebody to respect them. So I give respect because I don't ever want to disrespect anybody, and it comes back on them.
For me,
that's right. That's right.
I remember when I was in college, they did this exercise. I think I told y'all this before, where this woman held her hand out, and it was an exercise to show me how to shake a woman's hand, show everybody. And so she held her hand out, and I shook it like a woman. Like when I shook it like a woman, she get upset. Oh no, somebody's got an echo. When I shook it like a woman, she got upset because I didn't shake it firm. And then they had somebody else to do it. They shook it like a man, and he shook it like a businessman. They got upset because she didn't shake it like it was a woman. So that really confused me a whole lot. So today, I do just enough today. I do stuff that, I remember this woman said one time, you don't ever have to ask for a gentleman because he's always there. So chivalry, I don't care about. Being a gentleman, I'm always on that. Yashika, I know you had something to say. She did.
I did, but when you wait so long, later, it kind of goes. You know what I mean? You mute yourself.
Man, all I seen was your lips moving. I was like, oh man.
It's a dying act from generation to generation. Morals and values are not the same from then to now. Who said that, Eric?
It's Big Cat the Man.
Big Cat the Man. All right. He's a very intelligent brother. We should get him on the show one day. I just think it's crazy, but I was raised that way.
That's Dwayne.
Dwayne, the importance of manners and courtesy need a major comeback. Yes,
that's real.
Yeah,
that's
I
true.
agree.
I think both parties. Well, mostly women, but yeah, I agree. A little bit.
Okay.
I think that we she might slap me in the head.
Ring the doorbell. Delivery. Hold on? Some point sweaters out there.
As we get ready to wrap up the show, we're going to change a whole lot of things next year, y'all. So be sure we're going to tell you. We'll give you more details in the next 2 weeks. You're going to be looking at Spotify and Apple and all those things. Of course, YouTube is going to be revamped. Probably going to do the same thing here on Facebook if y'all are here. But our first show next year, we talked about Charlton White. I think that's going to be our first show next year. Like some of the stuff that he talks about, a little bit of his antics, and in this, because I think leadership is very important in rebrand us and where we go. So 24 is going to be a very wonderful year. We got lots of things going on, not only here, but also in our personal lives too. I'm sure we'll tell you more about that too. But certainly stay tuned to all the things that Rebranders has coming. Y'all be sure to tell a friend to tell a friend. Don't you have failed if you told a friend, but you have won if you told your friend to tell a friend. Is that right?
That's the key. And don't be too modest. Also, we can't name the network right now because it's not in ink, but you might be able to catch us on some of your streaming services as well.
All right.
We'll definitely get back to you with that.
Welcome back, Kim.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ooh, like her last name, Carter.
It's not that funny, Eric.
Sorry.
They didn't say welcome back, Eric, did they? They just skipped right on over.
Hey, it's all good. It feel like home anyway, so I'm great.
Yeah,
I know that's
right there. He's looking natural.
Take your shoes
right
off. Mm-hmm.
Eric, where you been? Tell us a little bit more about what's been going on the last couple weeks.
You really want to know about all that? No, just had some wife did went out for some training and stuff, so I had to do a lot of kid things since I was responsible for my kiddos. So I wanted to take time and spend more time with them. So I had to take some time.
Where you been? You got a lot going on. Tell us where you been.
Huh?
Well, now you quiet.
Yeah, I wanted to say.
I've been furthering my education. So, the Lord says the same. Then, everybody here on the panel will watch me cross that stage pretty soon.
Yay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, rebrand us. When y'all hear rebrand us, all y'all hear is Anthony, Yashika, Kim, and Adrian, and Eric. Reality, I have a movie coming out. Yashika is she has a class where she teaches people how to start residential care homes and more. Kim is in school. Eric has all these kids he's raising. Plus, he just he got a few things going on. So we have. Sorry, Adrian. I'm just.
He has comedy. He's got comedy.
Oh, we got his power washing too, though.
But seriously, he got his power wash. I had to throw a joke about age, but of course he got his power washing, and so we all got things going on. So it's Black people, Kirby and others, doing quite a bit more. Not to mention, we all have jobs, we all have children, we all have normal lives. We're all trying to do more. So whenever Rebranders comes together, it's more than just 4 or 5 people talking. It's actually people talking, trying to talk with a purpose. Let's go to the comments. I will hold a door open at racetrack for a homeless person, the same as a rich dude in a Bentley. It's
Amen.
About the door and courtesy, not the stays of the individual. I absolutely like that.
That's
right. Status, by the way. Congrats. Congrats, Kim. I think that was to you. And
thank you.
I love hearing all of you. We love having you.
Oh yeah, we definitely love the interaction, Kirby.
Yes, we do.
We definitely love the
stop it, Yashika. Stop
it. keep going.
Y'all won't let us be great.
She better not raise that roof no more.
not a now, another.
Not a now, another time.
Y'all silly, boy. I'm a real silly. Listen, since you bring it up everything, you want to give us kind of like a preview of your Hollywood status?
Yeah,
about to be rich, my man.
Give us a brief interlude or a status, like a trailer.
You know what? So I'll say this. I can't tell too much stuff. I got a new film coming out. It's called The Bishop. If anybody wants to be an actor or an actress, please inbox me your information. There are some roles that are going to be here, but you have to be good. There are auditions that are coming out. And in addition to that, we need people to also need sponsors. If someone wants to sponsor, we have 4 opening spots or 3 spots now. Possibly just 2. So we'll tell you more about that, but it's $100,000 that we're trying to raise, and I think we're at 50 now. So we're doing very, very well. We got a new film coming out. Andre Goodson, who was posted a while ago, he actually is one of the people on the show, the movie as well. Great things coming out, and quite honestly, we might have a cameo of all the Rebranders on this movie. So pretty exciting. Pretty exciting.
You have to say sponsor with a list.
Sponsor? I don't know how to do it.
You have the more spots for some sponsors.
Y'all talk about people too much. Y'all did too easy.
Ooh, I know you didn't say that.
Why does Ace remind me of Paul Pierce?
The basketball player.
I hope that's a good thing.
It wasn't Paul Pierce a basketball player?
Yeah, for the Celtics.
We all paused as if we were waiting on whoever that was to answer.
What?
It was Kirby asking the question. I mean, he made the statement, rather.
Don't let me pull a Charleston White around here.
It's gonna be the ongoing joke. Well, anyway, y'all.
Hey, yo, Ace, who do we have on the show next week?
I'm discussing the topics that have to deal with the black family. So you know the food or the drink is good when the person says swallow instead of swallow. We're going to have an interview with Liberians with Tourette syndrome. And the name of the show is going to be titled Breaking the Rules. So we will have their mics muted most of the time. Married couples that swing at the playground. Are they confused or just risk takers? Giggity, giggity. We'll see how that goes. You know,
Adrian, the Ace Stinson, and the rest of the Rebranders crew live Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. Central on YouTube and Instagram at Rebranders Podcast, Facebook at Rebranders, or rebranders.org.
I work too hard. Look, I work too hard for this stuff, man.
I gotta say it. Yashika, it's on you.
Ayo Ace, who we got on the show next week?
Thanks for asking, Yashika. Next week we're gonna have a group of guys that's gonna come on, gonna kind of give us let us into their world, really. So we're gonna be interviewing retired Chippendale dancers that now work as Walmart greeters. Is that a scanner in their pocket, or are they happy to see you?
That was a good one. Eh?
That was all right.
That was good.
It's gonna be a great show.
It is.
That was good.
Good show, guys. Good show. Thank you. Hey, thank you everybody for watching the show. Dwayne Gordon, we appreciate it. Andre Goodson, Tony and Deborah Goodson, Deborah Collette, Big Cat, we appreciate you, and definitely Kirby. We thank you so much.
Yes, Kirby was on it.
Kirby was on it for sure tonight. Hey, listen, next week we got another show coming. It's gonna be very close to Christmas, but we'll be here. We don't even care. We'll be here, and we'll see y'all next week. Anybody got anything before we go?
Yes, I
holiday
think,
blessings to everyone.
For the people, I think we need to do our own rendition of the Temptations version of Silent Night, just as a show.
You know,
you jump it
out. Ended it off really, really good with
really good.
I mean, you know,
that's not a joke. That's not a joke.
Clearly, it's not. We knew that.
You know what? I'll support myself. Let me raise the roof for myself.
Oh my God.
You better put them arms down. You better
write down.
Somebody sorted it off.
I see Andre already.
All right. Hey, until next week, we thank y'all very much. Good night.